G'day guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode of Hardcore Minecraft. I caved. I couldn't wait for the ghast farm anymore, and I ended up spending a fair while, trying to build a creeper farm. We've finally done it, and it's just in front of us here. But this was the third attempt. I tried two over at over at the Ocean Monument anyway, because I thought that would be a cool place to have it, but it was just not working. So yeah, we cancelled that. There's still one over there actually that I need to pull down, and we came across and built this, and it is working quite well actually. And if we have a look in here, that's piling up. It's already more than what we need, hopefully, but it's starting to look good. We've even got ourselves a massive bubble elevator that takes us all the way up to the AFK platform, which is I can't even remember how far up, but as you can see, it takes ages to get all the way up to it. And that brings us up here, and we are at, what are we at? 198. So that is a little bit scary, but also double check we've got our elytra on each time, but also works really, really well. And we can see everything from up there, which is pretty cool. So for today's episode, we are going to roll the time lapse on this getting built, and we're also going to head over to the ruined bastion and take a look at some of the additions we've made since the last episode, and also maybe put in the walls for the second bastion. And then I want to do a little bit of decorating here and there around the Piglin village. So with that said, let's jump straight into today's episode and roll the time lapse on the creeper farm, and then I'll meet you guys over by the bastion. Well, I feel like that went pretty well, but like I said, now we are over in the bastion, and we are going to take a look at something that I changed up that is a work in progress. So in the last episode, we had this motif here that was made out of netherrack, and I said I was going to change it to gold with some redstone eyes, and I think it's actually looking pretty good. A suggestion we did have for it was some crying obsidian for the tusks, which we are definitely... Oh, I can't jump on the helmet? Okay. So like I was saying, crying obsidian, which we will definitely have a look at and see how it looks. And we might even end up framing it with something as well, just to break it away from that background there. I also brought over a whole bunch of gold that we are going to use to fill up these armor stands here. And we'll just craft a couple of random pieces. We've been doing a fair bit of AFKing at the gold farm, and it is working phenomenally. I've made some changes to the piglin bartering area as well, and that seems to be working a whole bunch better. We've got a direct line from the gold farm down to the piglin bartering area, which is amazing as well. And I can now drop all the gold ingots directly to them, which makes things a lot easier. We don't have to go down and fill it all up now. So already that is looking heaps better. If we get another item frame, we can pop it up there and add our extra sword in. Did I grab that, or was that just a part of my imagination? I think that was a part of my imagination. There is one thing I did want to test out while we were down here, and that is utilizing some of this quartz to make a bit of a door frame here. Now, I don't know whether we've got enough, but we can give it a shot anyway, and seeing if the contrast is too much or whether it's fine. Seeing whether it fits, really. We've got the gold to contrast in this room a little bit, but I'd like to break these two rooms up, and there's not really an easy way to do this. So how are we going to do this part? If we do it like this is a really silly way to do it, but oh, Come on. No, that's not going to work. Let's just get the scaffolding out and do it that way. Otherwise, I'll be breaking random blocks left, right, and center. Oh, I can't even place a block. There we go. So how does that look? Does that break it up enough? I feel like that's nice. Even with all the gold in here, it still looks pretty good. I wanted to put it in the corners, but I think that'd be a little bit too much. But I think that's good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. We're going to keep that for the time being anyway. We'll see if we can improve it with some form of stairs or something like that up the top there. Make it a little bit more archy. But for now, that's good, I think. We've jumped across to the Piglin village where we are going to be using some of this warped nylium and the crimson nylium to give a little bit more texture to this area here. So if we just remove 1 or 2 of these, probably not 2, just 1, and start bone mealing around, we should be able to get a nice sort of color system happening. And what we'll do is we'll add some of the foliage as well and hopefully get a couple of these suckers, which we don't have room for. Get rid of the netherrack. And we can start getting some of the normal trees in here as well. So the way I did this with the other side was a mixture of the crimson and the warped, which I think looked pretty cool over the other side. And we'll also want to come across soon and add some of the custom trees in this area here, or maybe even just a big tree in this area. Actually, we might see how that turns out. Put a tree here. That actually worked out all right, although it's made half out of netherrack, but we'll forget about that for the moment. We'll see if we can get some more of those happening. The green's not really taking over too much, but it doesn't need to. We've got a red tree here. We might put a green tree around somewhere if we can get one, which, speaking of, we have one right now. So we'll go and put that maybe behind. Can we put that here? It's going to have the same problem as the red tree did. I should probably start using their actual names, but I'm drawing a blank right now, so forgive me for that. Ow. I give you life and that's what you do to me. How does that look? See, that's a little bit better. Magma cube. I know what happens when I use a bow against you, and I'm just not going to do it. Because last time you almost cost me my run. Now we can move on to our second build project today, which is going to be down there. We're actually going to start on the forge today and make a fair bit of progress. I'm hoping to finish it off in today's episode. How many times can you say today in one sentence? So I will go and gather the resources that we need to build that up nicely, and I think we've got majority of it over there. If not, it's only basalt, so we'll go to the basalt generator. And we'll jump down there and get into our second third-person time-lapse for today, and hopefully this turns out all right. I've got big plans. We'll see if they're executed well. Anyway, let's do it. Got it done. I'm super surprised about this, and I'm super happy about it as well. It looks fantastic in my opinion. It took a lot of work and a lot of resources, but it's come out so good. I'm lost for words with how good it came out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But the way we tried to do it is that we've got our gold ore pieces and our netherite, what are they called? Ancient debris over on this platform here. And we've also got our gold stocks over on that platform over there. So hopefully in time that will build up and it will look a lot better. We've also got some of the ores from the overworld in here, so we can imagine that the piglins have been mining some stuff in the overworld and have brought it back to sort of play with it and see what it does and how it reacts with everything else. And I think that's a really cool idea. Before, we had zombie piglins absolutely everywhere, and I'm gonna start thinking that the zombie piglins are kind of like slaves to the piglins and that they force them to do work. You can see the zombie piglins are walking around aimlessly, and it kind of looks like the piglins with the bows and the swords are sort of guarding them, making them do their bidding, which I think is a cool little part of the story, if we want to go that way anyway. So really the only thing we've got left to do here is some little fine details, like some stuff on these pillars and adding water to the cauldrons sort of for the forge area there. And apart from that, I think it's pretty much done. All right, guys, unfortunately, this is all we have time for today. We've had a very busy episode, very productive episode, which I'm happy with. And next episode, we should be moving back over to the Bastion and doing the extra 2 areas over there, and also finishing off the Piglin village completely and just signing that whole area off. So thank you so much for watching this episode, and I hope you have enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, bye for now.